Okay, we're here with Brian Kopp, the Vice President of Strategy for Stats Inc. here at the Sloan Conference. Brian, thank you for taking a minute with us to discuss the technology. You guys are doing some pretty exciting stuff that is going to play a big part in stats and how we look at the game in the NBA and years to come. Tell us about it.
Yeah, so it's we call it Sport View player tracking technology. And what it does is we install cameras in NBA arenas. It's a technology that works in soccer, and we're developing it in basketball and American football. And what we do is we put computer vision cameras inside of an arena. They're very small cameras. And what they're tracking is essentially the movement of players and the ball on the court. And they're collecting location data, and they're collecting it 25 times per second. And what you can do with that is you can start to calculate things like speed, distance, separation. But more importantly than that, we're also linking it back to the play-by-play. So then you can start to say when someone is in a certain position, how did they shoot? When a defender was within a certain number of feet, how are they shooting? We're also calculating things like dribbles, passes, and possession and touches, which is not data that you can have without a tremendous amount of video logging. So what we're doing is we're looking at the location of the players and the location of the ball to connect those two together to say when it was a touch, when it was a pass, when it was a dribble. And with that, when you aggregate that all together, you can start to see tendencies like who's the best shoot. The pass data has been pretty interesting because now we have relational not just on assists, but who passes to whom, and then what are your opponent's field goal percentage or your teammates' field goal percentage off of your passes. So when we analyze the data, we could show that in Tim Duncan and all the Spurs games we have, his teammates shoot 60% off of his passes, which is higher than what they shoot off of anybody else's passes, and really any other player that we track. And that's logical in that he gets a lot of attention still, and he's around the post. So there's different things that you can look at there. We're working with 6 NBA teams right now, and it's really our beta year. We're looking to really expand that next season. And as I mentioned, it's a combination of data, visualization, technology, analytics, which allows to not only analyze the game as it's going on, but also trends and analysis in the future. And it's something that's already been happening in soccer, and we really think basketball is the next sport that's really ready for that analysis.
Yeah, I was going to ask you, your company has roots in soccer. How long in the making is the basketball portion of what you do?
Really, this is our first year of working with the teams. We were developing it at the tail end of last season. Okay. This is the first season where we've actually installed the cameras and we're working with teams. So we started with 4, we added a 5th in the middle of the season, we're about to add number 6. And really we wanted to start with some beta clients that really understood the value of what the technology could become. They're giving us feedback on some of the data they're seeing and helping us make adjustments to technology as well.
Okay, did you want to show us kind of the display here?
So just a little bit of the display. Basically we install the cameras around the stadium, and you can see that it's a fairly flexible setup, but we put it in 6 locations and allows us to then have true 3D tracking of all the objects on the field, or on the court. What allows us to then calculate, there's a lot of words on here, but we're looking at team, player, and ball. So within teams, speed and distance, shooting, passing, defense. Within the team, how, everybody talks about pace of play. We can actually start to quantify real pace of play based on speed and movement.
Okay.
And then on the ball, shooting trajectory, passing, dribbling styles, different things like that.
Okay.
And then there's some visuals that we could look at here. Get out of this. Sorry, just a second. And then some other simple visuals we look at is you can then recreate what's going on in the match with simple animations. So what we do is we take the coordinate data, take the coordinate data, put into a simple interface, and now you can actually recreate what's going on in the match. In this example, we connected the players together, and you can see the shapes as they're moving both on offense and defense. You can see the ball as it's moving around. So it allows you from a visualization standpoint to interact with the game different either. And we see this not only as a team application, but also eventually a media and consumer application as well.
Sure. Thank you, Brian.
Absolutely.
Appreciate it.
Sorry about that one all long.
No, it's good. Listen, it's a hardcore audience anyway.
Feel free to edit as you feel free.